On the news tonight, Governor Obiano inaugurates electricity injection substation in ABS premises, Oka. Today is World Blood Donor Day. Maritime workers issue a 14-day ultimatum to federal government over unpaid wages. And a foreign scene tonight, 2 pilots killed in military plane crash in Vietnam. Anambra, Uganda. Governor Willie Obiano has inaugurated the electricity injection substation at the ABS premises at Roma, Oka. The ABS injection substation installed by the Enugu Electricity Distribution Company, EEDC, in partnership with the Anambra State Government, which donated the land, has 7.5 MVA capacity and is expected to provide 18 hours power supply to 16 communities in Oka and environs. Government House correspondent A.J. Kabana report is taken from our studios.
Also used the occasion to commission the upgraded 15 MVA injection substation at Agwoka, which increased the number of benefiting communities to 24. The benefiting communities are expected to start enjoying 24 hours power supply when the process is completed by the beginning of next year. Members of the State Executive Council, members of the State House of Assembly led by the Speaker, Right Honorable Uchenna Okafor, traditional rulers and religious leaders, heads of parastatals and government agencies, among others, attended the event. Governor Obiano, while performing the function, said that the effort is to ensure that Anambra are provided with enough power to drive the state economy, warning that state government will not tolerate any form of vandalism of EEDC facilities. The governor, who said that 11 vandals have already been imprisoned, stressed that a special monitoring task force in charge of the operation in the 179 communities of the state is in motion. He assured EEDC of increased support, adding that he has instructed the Physical Planning Board to pull down structures built under the EEDC power lines.
This will go a long way in protecting and ensuring that our people continue to enjoy steady power supply. We will not relent in dealing ruthlessly with people vandalizing power infrastructure. I also want to reassure EEDC that we had a good meeting with TCN, and I'm giving them right of way, free of charge, to the specific areas they've already identified that they require support. This will go a long way in assisting the distribution company, that is EEDC, to be able to deliver their mandates.
In his speech, the Commissioner for Public Utilities, Mr. Obi Nwankwo, enumerated state government's intervention in the power sector to include installation of 33 kVA line in Orumba South local government area, 33 kVA line in Awada through Idemmili to Newi industrial area, 33 kVA line from Agwoka to Anambra North, among others, adding that over 400 transformers have so far been distributed by the present administration, while Governor Obiano is still ready for more strategic partnerships.
His Excellency, it will be good for me to let you know that all the things you have done, I call them intervention. You have been intervening, because of the love you have for the people of Anambra State. And Akwana Keva. And also want to let you know that from a reliable source, since you finished or having done all that you have done, Anambra State is #1 for EEDC in terms of revenue collection.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of EEDC, Mr. Okenwosu, said that the move was aimed at ensuring quality power supply and disclosed that massive infrastructure rehabilitation work is ongoing in the southeast, and thanked state government for the support of donating a land, stressing that they have automated most of their processes to improve power situation in the southeast region. He said that they will commence meter access scheme on the 15th of June, where meter providers are paid to supply customers with meters in 10 days, lamenting incidents of vandalization, quackery, non-payment of electricity bills, among others, which he explained has adverse effects on the company.
And we have also upgraded another injection substation in Agoka to 15 MVA and 7.5 MVA transformers. This basically is aimed at ensuring that Oka has very improved power supply.
In Oka, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
Governor Willie Obiano has commended President Muhammadu Buhari for honoring the winner of the June 12, 1993 presidential election, Chief Moshood Abiola, with a national holiday and the renaming of the National Stadium in Abuja after him. We have details.
According to a statement signed by the State Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Mr. C. Don Adenoba, Governor Obiano also added that it has become imperative for the federal government to observe a national holiday in honor of the great Zik of Africa as requested during the commissioning of Zik Mausoleum earlier this year, while describing Chief Abiola as a true Nigerian who donated generously to worthy causes and championed quite a number of selfless services. Governor Obiano described the renaming of the stadium as the icing on the cake in the steps taken so far to immortalize the national figure. He said apart from employing Nigerians generously in his organizations regardless of their faith, gender or ethnic origin, Chief Abiola established Udoka, an Igbo newspaper, Amana, an Hausa newspaper, and Isoko, a Yoruba newspaper. The governor, while applauding the president for mapping out June 12 as a national holiday, appreciated him for honoring the political hero with a National Posthumous Award, as well as backing it with an appropriate bill in the National Assembly, describing Chief Abiola as a true Democrat who inspired nationalism, patriotism, and sportsmanlike spirit of Nigeria's first president, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe.
Governor Willie Obiano has commended the Anambra for their show of love and solidarity to their representatives in the National Assembly during their inauguration. Governor Obiano stated this in Abuja at the reception venue of the member representing Anambra East and West Federal Constituency, Chief Chinedu Obidigwe. Correspondent Ngozi Obeleri and Amaka Chibuzo Okoye were there in our reports.
Anambra indigents demonstrated that distance cannot be a barrier to their support. Goodwill, reaching out and celebrating with their own at various parts of Abuja witnessed heavy presence of people of the state during the inauguration of the 9th National Assembly. It was an outpour of love and solidarity as Anambra from various backgrounds trooped in their numbers to felicitate with those representing various constituencies and districts at the National Assembly. Notable among the dignitaries that graced the occasion were stakeholders in the All Progressive Grand Alliance led by the state chairman of the party, Sanobat Obi, Commissioner for Transport, Mr. Uchenna Okafor, and his commerce counterpart, Dr. Christian Madubuko. Traditional rulers, including the traditional ruler of Nteje, Igwe Roland Odebo, Umunya, Igwe Chris Onyekuluje, Umueri, Igwe Beneth Emeka, Ibariam, Igwe Kelly Nzekwe, the Ananka counterpart, Igwe Godwin Ezilo, and numerous other traditional rulers. Other dignitaries were Anglican Bishop of Mbamili Diocese, Right Reverend Henry Okeke, that of Afikpo, the Right Reverend Paul Udogo, former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, and Enugu-Ukwu-born stakeholder Chief Augustine Ogwejofo, Aguleri cabinet chiefs, presidents general in all the communities in Anambra East and West, youths, women groups, market leaders from South East, and others. Speaking at the event, Governor Obiano, represented by his special advisor on political matters, Chief Ifeatu Obi Okoye, appreciated Anambra for taking the pains to felicitate with their people. Governor Obiano said that it was an outcome of the quality representation in the state that taught the people the need to value neighborly relationship, while congratulating all Anambra representatives both at the Senate and House of Representatives for a successful inauguration ceremonies. Governor Obiano charged them not to let the state down, but to continue to aspire to the top, which Anambra are known for, by enacting laws that will better the lives of Anambra and Nigerians at large.
We are still with them, even as they have left us for Abuja, and let them also know that their being here is part of collaboration and the works of making Anambra a better place. Whatever they will be doing here must always be in tandem with the aspirations of the good governance that we put in place in Anambra.
In his speech, the member representing Anambra East and West Federal Constituency, Chief Obidigwe, expressed joy with the heavy presence of people of the state at the event, which he said is the demonstration of the Abga mantra, Onye Agana Nwanne Ya. Chief Obidigwe promised to fulfill his campaign promises as he will hold town hall meetings at intervals to identify the needs of his people.
What is very imperative here is that I assured them quarterly they will be seeing me. I must be coming home to account my activities here in Abuja. I'm known for being real. I never want to affect my identity or my behavior. I believe in what I can do and I continue to do that.
Also, the member representing Orumba North and South Federal Constituency, Chief Okudili Ezewanwo, said, having come from an erosion-prone area, he will ensure that more efforts are channeled towards erosion control in Anambra State. The event featured music display by the youth and women groups. From Abuja, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Today is World Blood Donor Day. World Blood Donor Day is a day set aside for the celebration of the voluntary and unpaid blood donors around the world. Correspondent Valentine Mbado has sampled the opinion of some stakeholders on the significance of the day in our reports.
World Blood Donor Day was first celebrated in 2004 and has continued on every 14th of June. The event was initiated by the World Health Organization, the International Federation of Red Cross and Red Crescent Societies, with an aim to raise public awareness on the need for safe blood donation, voluntarily and unpaid, by healthy persons. It is also to thank all voluntarily unpaid blood donors for their life-saving gift of blood, and also to raise awareness on the need for regular blood donations to ensure that all individuals and communities have access to affordable and timely supply of safe and quality assured blood and blood products. The theme of this year's Blood Donor Day is blood donation and universal access to safe blood transfusion to achieve universal health coverage. The slogan for the campaign is Safe Blood for All. The global event will be held in Kigali, Rwanda, as the host country for the 2019 World Blood Donor Day. Reacting on the significance of the day, a state epidemiologist, Dr. Chijoke Obara, who noted that this exercise provides a global platform to thank individuals who donate blood, encourage those who have not yet donated, and to raise awareness that blood donation benefits the society as a whole. On his part, the state chairman of Red Cross Society, Professor Peter Kachi, who noted that the initiative promotes the adoption of the Club 25 approach in various countries to encourage a commitment to regular and voluntary blood donation by young people at low risk of transmitting infection through their blood. The Anambra State Secretary of the Red Cross Society, Mr. Kingsley Okoye, encouraged young people to donate blood regularly on an unpaid basis and lauded the initiative as it promotes low-risk behavior so that individuals can protect their health and be safe to donate blood. The World Blood Donor Day was officially established in May 2005 by World Health Organization with 192 member states. In Oka, Valentine Mbadora reporting for ABS News.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says it will continue to strengthen and deepen the processes that will solidify democracy in Nigeria. The Anambra State Resident Electoral Commissioner, REC, Dr. Nkwachukwu, stated this in a one-day post-election review of the 2019 general elections in Oka. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibata has details.
According to Commissioner, the meeting was to reflect and look into the intervening variables that obstructed the expected outcome of the 2019 general elections. Dr. Oji, who explained that INEC encountered some challenges both at the institutional and individual level, which includes fire incidents few days to the election and logistic issues, added that the interactive sessions of the Commission will help tackle the threats they faced and prepared them to uphold a free and fair elections next 4 years without any interference.
We have gathered all the heads of departments. We have gathered all the electoral officers in the 21 local governments in Anambra State to have open and frank discussion around the challenges that they faced as individuals. We have also invited some of the ad hoc staff
that assisted us during the election, the returning officers, the collation officers, the presiding officers, and assistant presiding officers.
The facilitators of the program, Mrs. Priscilla Ezigwe and Mr. Adanilo Moses from INEC headquarters, Abuja, explained that the objectives and expectations of the 2019 post-election review retreat is to identify success factors in the elections with a view to consolidating and sustaining them, and to review the operational framework put in place by the Commission for the 2019 general election, among others.
We still have more which will be in Lagos, which our next year will be there to present our reports. Whatever we have here, whatever we gather here, the successes, the challenges, he will gather them, take it to Lagos for presentation.
The primary source of data that we are getting direct from the source that the Commission will use to make a way forward in the subsequent elections.
Workshop is to look at what happened during the election, the successes, the challenges, factors that contributed to the challenges, manner and method by which those challenges presented themselves.
In Oka, Emmanuel Shibata, ABS News.
Still to come in the news tonight, maritime workers issue a 14-day ultimatum to federal government over unpaid wages. On the foreign scene, 2 pilots killed in military plane crash in Vietnam. The news returns in a moment. Please join us again.
ABS, Heartbeats of the East.
Well, glad to have you back on the news. Moving on to our national stories. Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria has issued a 2-week ultimatum to the federal government to compel the international oil companies to pay all outstanding bill on stevedoring-held dock workers, which it claimed was over a year. This was contained in a statement signed by the union's president and Secretary General Prince Adewale Adeyanju and Felix Akingboyi, respectively, a copy of which was made available to journalists. The union asked the Federal Ministry of Transportation to, within the next 14 days, address the issue or the nation's ports would be shut down. They alleged that the dock workers had worked for over a year without being paid any money, adding that some of them could no longer fulfill their financial obligations as the IOCs had refused to process their invoices. The union, which lamented that it had monitored the turn-off events in the last 1 year, stated that given the defiant attitude of the IOCs, some dock workers had died untimely, while some others could no longer meet their obligations, like payment of house rent, children's school fees, and hospital bills. On business news tonight, citing the danger of continuous sabotage to people and environment and attendant loss of revenue, Shell Nigeria has called for stakeholders' support to curb the incessant vandalism of crude oil pipelines. According to the oil major, 90% of pipeline leaks are attributable to illegal activities, noting that sabotage spill rate has risen steeply and crude oil theft from SPDC JV's pipeline network averaged 11,000 barrels per day in 2018. The General Manager, External Relations of the Shell Petroleum Development Company, SPDC, Igoweli, said such efforts to curb pipelines sabotage will save lives, secure communities, and protect the environment. Tonight, 2 pilots were killed in Vietnam today after the military plane crashed during a training session, an official told newsmen. Though Vietnam has a good civilian aviation record, aeroplane and helicopter crashes are regularly reported in the military, which relies on an arsenal of imported equipment, mostly from longtime ally Russia. The 2 pilots in central Can Hoi province died when their Russian 2-seater training aircraft Yakolev Yak-52 crashed near a mountain, killing one of them instantly. The crash site was blocked off for investigation, Q added, and photos in state media showed plumes of smoke billowing from the downed plane. And on sports news tonight, the Egypt 2019 African Cup of Nations will hold from June 25th to July 21, 2019, with Nigeria among countries tipped to win the competition. Feelers from the Super Eagles camp says Nigeria's ambition of winning its fourth title is being hampered by paucity of funds as the Ministry of Sport did not capture NFF's expenditure in international competitions in the 2019 budget it submitted to the federal government. An NFF official who pleaded anonymity said the federation has been trying to raise funds from its partners to settle some of its bills, adding, however, there is a reluctance by some of these firms to come to their aid, unlike the World Cup, in which FIFA provided funding for every team's preparation and participation in the competition. Teams in the African Nations Cup take care of their contingent's logistics, except teams' accommodation, internal transportation, and feeding, which is the responsibility of the host country. And that's it on the news tonight. But remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV Online. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. And just before we go tonight, a quick reminder of our top stories. Governor Obiano has inaugurated electricity injection substation in ABS premises, Awka. Today is World Blood Donor Day. Maritime workers have issued 14 days ultimatum to federal government over unpaid wages. And on the foreign scene, we brought to you that 2 pilots have been killed in a military plane crash in Vietnam. And that's the size of our package tonight. Many thanks for joining the bulletin. I'm Berry Ugonna.